What's up YouTube, Ethan from EAB Reptiles. I'm at the second Repticon event to see some awesome animals. Have a look here, even though this is not a reptile, this is a New Jersey moon cat. I think these are so cute, even though I'm not usually a cat person, I'm a dog person, but...
these are like a combo.
Oh, I just told you so.
30, 40 pounds.
40 pounds, pretty cool, they have personality I guess. So, all of them got shops, so if you guys want to buy one of these, New Jersey MaineCoonCats.com. If you guys want one, I think they're just so cute. Hey, look at him, he's like, hey, what's that over there? Oh, for example, allergic to kittens. Last time I touched a kitten, I got a rash, so I can take a risk here. But I think this might be... Hey, Cartman, I think this is your cat. So this is our Madagascar hognose snake. These guys are native to, like I said, hence their name, Madagascar. But these guys are actually in the colubrid family. They're much larger than our hognose that we have here in the States, and of course the South Americans. You look at how chunky this monkey is. This is why they're called hognoses. If you can see their head here, they look much like their pig nose, kind of a pig nose, which is kind of cool. But these guys are sociable snakes, like Dave Kaufman. I don't know if you guys watched that video. Dave Kaufman did a recent video on how to keep these guys in captivity. I think these guys are sociable, which I think is pretty cool for a snake, but look at how just chunky he is. He kind of reminds me of a Crebo almost, or a king rat snake. But just look how big he is. This is a Varanus Salvador melanistic. Yep. This is the melanistic water monitor. Believe it or not, it's recessive, but it's a link to an island, because it's a locality where they're all melanistic, which I think is pretty cool. Now, if you guys want a water monitor, you should reach out to Kevin McCurley over at Nerd. He knows how to breed these guys, but just look at how black he is. You guys know, I think black dragons are just so cool, but you guys have to have a lot of space, a water dish so they can submerge themselves. And Dave Kaufman recently did a video on how to care for these guys compared to how they are kept in the wild, how they live in the wild. But I think this is so cool. Just look at him. It's like, yeah, I love those chin rubs. Look at him. The cool animal here. Have a look at this. This is the GHI Black Pastel Mojave Hat Piebald Ball Python. You guys know one of my favorite genes is GHI. Since we gotta have it, this is one of the originals, one of the classic removals. This is now the Black Pastel along with the Mojave, which is linked to the Blue-Eyed Leucistic. And of course the Black Pastel, unfortunately the Super Black Pastel from time to time is lethal, but they would live, they have kinks, but a lot of times they end up pretty cool. But they're just a solid black animal, which is pretty cool. And I love GHI ball pythons, and make sure you guys check these guys out. Have a look at Jabba the Hutt. This is actually an African bullfrog, an African pixie frog. This is one of the largest frogs in South Africa. These guys are garbage cans. They would eat anything that can fit in its mouth, from rats, small snakes, lizards, fish, toads. These guys would actually puff themselves up as a defense mechanism from predators. These guys can get... I've heard of them getting the size of a dinner plate, believe it or not. But this is so cool. He reminds me so much of Jabba the Hutt. I love it. I love frogs too. This is a Super Pastel Scaleless Head Black Pastel Spider, or a Super Pastel Black Widow, which is the Black Pastel Spider. You guys know how much I love scaleless head ball pythons. I love scaleless snakes. They get hate for no reason. They get way too much hate because they said, oh, it's got no scales, it's horrible. It's so cool. I wish this was a scaleless, because I love scaleless snakes, like I said. But this is when you guys mix these genes together, I think they make one gorgeous snake. And you guys know who produced the scaleless head was Brian. You guys remember I showed that scaleless head in my first video when I did my tribute to Brian. But this is just such an incredible snake to see here. Can't wait to see. When this snake gets even bigger, this snake is going to pop.
I'm an Argentinian.
Yep. You guys remember, this is a Guyana red tail. You guys know how much I love boa constrictors. One of my first snakes, like I always say. Guyana, South America. I think Dave Kaufman's in Suriname.
Kaufman, yes.
He's in Suriname. He's doing the video on the green emerald tree boas.
Yes.
Yeah, emerald tree boas. But I love boa constrictors.
I just watched that one.
Yep. And of course, boa constrictors are native to Suriname as well. And I just love boa constrictors. I think he's like, hey, let me squeeze your hand there. But he's a beautiful snake. I love boa constrictors.
Don't you know?
Meet Kadama. He's a lesser ball python. You guys know Rolf Davis here in Maryland produced the very first lessers. Lesser is linked to the Blue-Eyed Leucistic. You guys know how much I love lesser, and I love all white snakes. You guys know how much I love lesser, and the Mojave, bamboo, all of them are linked to the Blue-Eyed Leucistic. But no, he's just a pet. He's just like a mascot that I use. Stolz's Royals in Pasadena. This is where they are, where he is. So check the link for the Instagram in the description down below. Check them out. This is such a cool ball python. I love lesser. This is a highly venomous forest cobra. I'm just kidding. This is a Texas indigo snake, or the Drymarchon genus. These guys are one of the biggest, actually part of the biggest colubrids native to the United States. These guys eat other snakes, much like much like a cobra would in South Africa. But these guys are not constrictors. You can even feed them salmon, believe it or not. These guys would actually grab their prey and use their strength and use their powerful jaws to kill it, to kill their prey, which is kind of cool. No, these guys, there are many different species of indigo snakes native to the United States. This is the second, I think the second largest behind the eastern. These guys, like I said, native to Texas. You got the easterns, which are native to southeast part of like Georgia, Florida. So if you guys are looking for an indigo, you don't want to get through the permits, and because easterns can be expensive, this is the perfect option for you. The Texas indigo could be an alternative to the eastern, but they are going to be just as messy as an eastern, so that's something you got to consider. Have a look at these two. We got a pastel lesser pinstripe, yellow belly, het hypo, bodacious ball pythons. Look them up. We've got a here we've got a Enchi orange dream butter pinstripe, asphalt yellow belly. You guys know how much I love allelic stuff. Freeway is allelic, so if you breed it to a normal, you're going to get 50% asphalt and 50% yellow bellies, which I think is cool. So you breed these together, you can get some ivory animals, which is so cool. You guys know how much I love ball pythons. Just look at how beautiful these guys are. This is a super, gotta have it, mystic, either mystic or a Mojave. So mystic Mojave is usually a what is it? Mystic Mojave.
It's either a mystic
or a Mojave, so it's kind of cool, and I love, you guys know how much I love ball pythons. This is one of the coolest snakes I've seen so far. GHI really enhances. Ooh, look at this guy's about to, I can tell he's a little bit of a feisty monkey. He's looking, you can tell he's ready to go. But Mystic, you add, if this was a Mystic potion, the snake would be even cooler, but you add stuff like fire. You guys know how much I love GHI ball pythons. This is one cool ball python. So this is a Firefly, Clown, what else is in it? Enchi pinstripe. You guys know how much I love pinstripe. Firefly is pastel fire. This is one of the gorgeous snakes. This is a 3 co-dominant, 1 dominant, 1 recessive. So the clown is recessive, everything else, well, the pinstripe is dominant, and the other 3 genes are co-dominant. The fire is linked to the black-eyed leucistic. You add fire, you add lesser to the snake is gonna pop even more. This is one of the most beautiful snakes I've seen here at the show. You guys know how much I love clown ball pythons. It's even cooler to see the snake right here. Here we've got an Orange Dream Calico Firefly. You guys have showed the recent Firefly. You guys know how much I love Firefly ball pythons. Fire pastel. You guys know Greg Graziani from the Python Hunters produced the pastel. The fire was produced by I think Eric Davis in the UK. And then we have the Orange Dream that was produced by Ozzy Boyd's here in Maryland. And then the other gene, Calico, I think was produced by Kevin McCurley over at Nerd. Calico has a white belly, as you can see the white belly here on the animal. You guys think this is going to be one cool snake if you add fire to this. This snake is going to pop even more. You guys know how much I love pastel ball pythons. I never get sick of showing off pastels. So this is a yellow belly, red gene. The red gene's co-dominant. I think Outback Reptiles produced it. The yellow belly was produced by Amir, I can't ever pronounce his last name, from Florida. But like I always say, the yellow belly, you can see the belly here is yellow, but yellow compared to a normal. But yellow belly is linked to the ivory, and you guys know Chad Brown from the former, if you guys are Patriots fans, but Chad Brown from the former Patriots player bought it for a Peter Call for $125,000, and I think it was crazy. I love, you guys know how much I love, because I just love seeing yellow belly ball pythons. Have a look at this chunky monkey. This is a pastel scaleless head ball python. You guys know how much I love scaleless ball pythons. Unfortunately, Brian died a few months ago, the guy who produced the first scaleless heads, which is really sad. But always, whenever I show off a scaleless head, a scaleless, or any scaleless snake, I always want to talk about how much they get so much hate. They don't deserve the hate they get. These guys they're cool, they're act like normal snakes, and if you guys don't believe me, go find somebody who breeds scaleless and see for yourself, because they are just incredible. And this is the pastel, which is a real enhancer gene. I always want to show off pastel ball pythons. I never get sick of them. Just look at how beautiful he is. Turn this around.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. This is a banana bamboo pastel pinstripe sugar. This is another snake that I didn't get a chance to show off much because I've only seen a handful of sugar ball pythons recently. You guys know who produced them. Brian Baracek, the legend. Pastel, like I said, was Greg Graziani. This has got pinstripe, was also Brian Baracek. Banana. Now the interesting story about the banana is that they were thought to be caramels, some caramels, but Will Slough took a chance on the banana and he ended up proving it to be co-dominant. I don't know who produced the bamboo, but I think the bamboo is a really cool snake. You guys know I showed off the lesser, I showed off some Mojave, but this is also in the blue-eyed leucistic complex. Bamboo, if you breed a bamboo together, you get blue-eyed leucistics. Hey, will you stay still? He's like, hey, what's going on right now? But I think this is such a beautiful snake. You add fire to the snake is gonna be even really cool. Go. So this is Varanus tristis tristis, or the blackhead monitor. It's part of the genus, well, subfamily Odura, which is the small monitors. I always get excited when I see Australian dwarf monitors because unfortunately they do not export out of Australia, which really sucks because I've seen, I think you get these in localities too. And look, he's like, hey, curious, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? This is what I love about monitor lizards. They're just so inquisitive. I'm hoping to get a pair of Ackie monitors at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because they're such great lizards. I mean,
yeah, they are. We got Ackies.
So, now monitor lizards are like dogs, believe it or not. They can learn their names. They can learn when to eat.
They're super smart.
They are one of the smartest lizards on the planet. I just love monitors. Let's have a look at him. He's like, hey, let me go there. Let me go there. But this is one of the coolest lizards I've seen so far. So here we've got a pastel, leopard, fire, butter. The butter is another gene that's part of the blue-eyed leucistic complex. So you guys, I showed the bamboos, I've showed the Mojaves, showed the lessers. Now this is the butter. Again, if you breed them all within each other, you get the blue-eyed leucistic. You guys got the pastel. Now the leopard is a dominant trait that's linked to the piebald. Peter Cull produced out the very first leopards. Now this could possibly be orange dream, yellow belly, or Enchi. We're not going to know until we actually prove it out to be genetic. Well, until we prove it out. But this is one of my favorite traits that I've seen so far. This thing is incredible. This is an orange ghost stripe, head purple. Orange ghost stripe is recessive, but believe it or not, if you breed an orange ghost stripe to a phantom, you get what's called a cow reticulated python, which is a snake that starts off all white, and then as it gets older, it gets spots. You guys know how much I love cow reticulated pythons. This is one of my favorite genes right now, and I can't wait to get myself some. I hope to get some cows within the future, but I'm going to start off small in the beginning. But you guys know how much I love retics. This is a really cool snake. Arr! This is Blackbeard. Sorry to be scare you. But Blackbeard is a regular beard. It's a bearded dragon. You guys know how much I love bearded dragons. I mean, have a look at him. He's like, yeah, let me just relax here. Let me just relax. Yeah, we should go away. Oh, I might like that. But Blackbeard is just one of the most really cool animal I've seen so far. I mean, he's a ambassador for everyone. He's like, man, I can't wait to get myself a bearded dragon. I'm hoping I can convince my landlady to get one this year. Just have a look at him. This is a Leachianus gecko. This is the largest gecko species on the planet. These guys are native to New Caledonia. Now these guys are not beginner geckos, so this is an intermediate gecko. Maybe even advanced to some extent, but this is like the bridge when you've kept a crested gecko for a while, and you want to go get into something like a tokay. Even though tokays don't get nearly as big as this, but this is like this is the bridge between that. These guys come in many different colors. Just have a look at this one. This one's a pretty cool. I love his patterns. If you guys ever walk in the forests of New Caledonia, you can walk past these guys like 100 times, you wouldn't even notice. Just have a look at how cool this is. These guys get pretty big too. So this, certainly a cool animal, but you gotta have some experience before you get into them. Have a look at this guy. This guy is just chilling here. He's like, let me chill out here. Don't disturb me, go away. I'm not gonna disturb you, buddy. I'm just gonna show you off. This is a green tree python, or Morelia verdalis. I think it's verdalis, I hope I pronounced it correctly. But Morelia pythons, usually, especially green tree pythons, just love to climb. They climb a lot, and now the green tree pythons sometimes can have quite an attitude. They give a nasty bite. But a lot of times, so as Brian Barczyk used to say, they aren't the best handling snakes. There are exceptions, however. There are exceptions. But green tree pythons, if you want a snake that you can have a good display animal in your living room and you want to just show it off, but you don't really want to handle it so much, green tree could be for you, and they're for advanced keepers only. But I love green tree pythons. I just think it's even cooler to see the snake just perched out here. He's going to stay there for like an hour. He's going to be like, yeah, I'm just going to chill here for an hour. How you doing, buddy? Meat. This is goes around my neck. This is a paradox corn snake. This is what you call paradox. As you can see, we got lavender, we got amel, different colors in one. But unfortunately, about majority of the time, this gene is not going to be genetic. So paradoxing is not genetic, unfortunately, unless it's Kenyan Sambo's the only one. But other than that, this is a pretty cool corn snake. You guys know how much I love corn snakes. You guys are looking for your first snake. This is the best choice. Well, This and ball pythons, I'd say. But this is really cool. You guys looking for pet snake? You guys don't want something that moves around? Look at this guy. He's like, what's this? What's this? This is a cool snake for you. These guys are very inquisitive. So let's see what else we can find here at the Reptile Expo. This is a sulfur desert ghost. 60-cent possible het clown, so this is possibly het for clown. Desert ghost is recessive, and sulfur is linked to the is an allelic with yellow belly. So I think sulfur yellow belly is, I think, highway. Gotta double check, but sulfur is a really cool gene too. I don't think I've ever seen a sulfur in person, but desert goat's a pretty cool. Desert ghost is a really cool snake. I prefer to call them desert hypos because honestly, I don't like calling them ghosts for whatever reason. So here we've got a GHI, gotta have it, asphalt, lesser pastel pinstripe. You guys know how much I love pastel ball pythons. Like I said, Greg Graziani, Python Hunters guy. Now GHI, I don't know who produced the GHI. Now asphalt is linked to the highway, which is when you breed it to a yellow belly, and I think asphalt's a really enhancing gene. Also, you also got past lesser, which is Ralph Davis here in Maryland. I haven't reached out to that guy. But then we got the pastel, like I said, Greg Graziani, and we also got pinstripe, which is a late legend Brian Barczyk. The man, this is his fate. This is the very first snake he produced. Well, first gene he produced. But that was a snake that really pioneered the ball python craze. Is the pinstripe is one of the in pastel as well. But this is a beautiful snake. You guys want to looking for good ball pythons? Reach out to Genetic Chef Reptiles. Good guy. This is one of my favorite snakes that I've seen so far. I gotta get a cameraman. This is Dre. He's a purple reticulated python. You guys know how much I love retics. Cool snake. I finally got a chance to put it around my neck. I got my chin down. And if you guys have a big snake around your neck, you want to have your chin down. It's like you know I take BJJ. Your chin's down. You can't choke. You can't plug the carotid. This thing is so. Look at her. He's like, hey, what's that over there? Let's see how big she is. So we got her ahead here. You guys know how much I love these snakes here. This is why. As you can see, it took everything out of me. She's taking a lot out of me right now. That's why these are really for advanced snake keepers. Come on, girl. Let's get you back in your cage. Come on, girl.
Honestly, this is my friend, so I'm not sure who is under, but I know he didn't get it from Kevin.
Well, this is the T-positive albino water monitor. You guys know I showed that black dragon. Oop, he's bringing it out here. A better view from him. Hey, look at him. He's like, hey, he's looking at the camera. Hey, what's that? What's that? He's like, what are you just gonna go away, please? But he's like, he's just really inquisitive. That's one of the things I love about monitors is their brains and like Kevin McCurley really does a good job working with water monitors like this T-positive. I think he produced the first T-positives and the T-negatives, but you guys know coming up soon I'm going to do a video in Baltimore. I'm going to show you some water monitors, but this is a cool T-positive. One of my favorite boa constrictor genes is IMG. This is in a sharp, you get two bloodlines of albinos. You get the Call strain, which is the first one, and then the Sharp strain, which is produced by Brian Sharp in Virginia, Peter Call in Maryland. And then this is when, now Peter Call produced a snake from a Florida show a few years ago, and as that snake got older, it turned jet black, and this snake is going to turn, well, not entirely jet black, but it's albino IMG. But IMG is one of my favorite genes. He's like, hey, what's that? What's going on right now? He's like, oh, look at it flicking its tongue, flicking her tongue. She's like, did you just wake you up from a nap? Yeah, sorry to wake you up, sweetheart. But IMG, I really don't see the point of breeding anything to the IMG because once the snake gets, the pattern's gone, and the colors fade away, but albino is the only thing I think IMG was mixed well with. But this is a cool snake. You guys know, there's a monkey here. You guys know how much I love ball pythons. This is the last snake I'm going to show you guys today. This is a yellow belly scaleless head ball python. As you can see, it's missing a bit of head scales on his head. Now this is linked to the scaleless ball python. I always talk about how much scaleless ball pythons get way too much hate. Scaleless snakes in general just get way too much hate. This is a snake. As you can see, he's acting normal. He's like, let me just chill here. You can see the yellow belly. You got the yellow belly gene right there. Now the yellow belly is linked to the ivory. You guys know Peter Call sold it to Chad Brown, I said before. And like I said, all you Patriots fans, but pretty cool anyway. This is a pretty cool snake here. You guys remember this snake? This is Cheese. He's a banana Enchi. Banana Enchi.
Oh, sorry, a banana pastel G-stripe.
Oh, banana pastel genetic stripe. Where did I get Enchi from? You guys know he's one of the ambassador snakes here for these guys here. And one of the things I always talk about when it comes to ball pythons is that these guys are the best pet snakes.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that's essentially how this goes.
Afrikaans word for python is laceling, which translates as lazy snake. So unfortunately, they're going to be pretty lazy. As you can see here, he's like, yeah, you got a bit of stuck shit there, buddy. But I love ball pythons the way they are. And see, guys, let me show you another snake of these guys that they use here. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna record this. So, meet Sinatra. He's a Colombian BCA boa constrictor imperator. You guys know how much I love boa constrictors. One of my first snakes I ever owned. Have a look at how cute he is, how beautiful. I love red-tailed boas because of their tails. I just love their personality. This is kind of got the personality of both a ball python and as Brian would say, as a corn snake as well, because they're inquisitive like a corn snake, but don't move as fast as a corn snake, but they slow as a ball python almost. But I think boa constrictors are more advanced snakes. So this is like this is the bridge when you've got something like a rainbow boa before you get into the monsters like the Burmese or the anacondas. But Sinatra is just like, yeah, what's going on right now? This is a cool snake nonetheless. Last snake I'm going to show you guys. Have an amazing night. God bless. Let's go Penguins. But if you're wondering what's with the Blackhawks shirt, my second favorite team is the Hawks. So let's see you guys.